in-depth training as far as finances are concerned. I feel very comfortable in the creative end with everything. And the people.
Why is this not a creative aspect? Maybe you are simply defining it in a way that doesn't serve you. It is a creative aspect of the project as well, to raise the money, is it not?
Certainly.
Well, then why not go about it more creatively?
When you ask me that question, I feel like I just walked into a brick wall. I don't know.
All right. Well, at least walk into the brick wall creatively. The idea being is that your definitions are getting the better of you here. You need to redefine the whole concept of your relationship to money, raising it, your ability to do so, and see it as something that is actually part and parcel of the creativity of making the film. It is not a separate issue. The verve and creativity and imagination and inspiration that you use to apply to the writing and the filmmaking and all the other aspects must also be applied to this in the same way. They cannot be seen as any different. Go forward in the idea of raising money with joy. Oh boy, I get to raise money for this now. I get to attract it synchronistically, effortlessly, joyfully, just like every other aspect of this idea. You must allow yourself to not make this a separate issue by redefining it in a more holistic way. And then get on about the business of doing that in a more creative way according to your inspiration and imagination. But you will not see ways of doing it creatively until you are on the wavelength itself that allows you to know that that's possible for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you require great skill at doing it. We understand there may be people on your planet that use certain skills to do this, but there are also people that have raised substantial sums of money on your planet for their projects without having one idea about how to go about it. They just start talking. They just start doing it. They just get an inspiration and they say, well, that's just, here's the movie cliche, that's just crazy enough that it might work. And being willing to take action on it, even if it seems a little crazy. That's bringing the same degree of creativity to that aspect of making the film as any other aspect, because it is an aspect of making the film. And there is no reason to be unexcited about that, except as the definitions you have been taught make it seem to be. Is this making some sense?
Oh, absolutely. That's very helpful.
Now, in your imagination, can you right now imagine one unusual way in which you might go about attracting this money? What springs to mind when you allow your imagination to simply run free with it? No matter how crazy it looks, say it. Even if it doesn't seem practical, let it come.
Well, the first thing that occurred to me is to approach someone in a group I know that has hundreds of members who are very interested in this kind of thing.
All right. And then through your passion about the project, perhaps inspire them to join with you in helping co-create it, yes?
Right.
So, will you take action on that?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. That's really all it takes. Don't bring expectation into it. Just allow it to be what it is and act on the next most exciting thing that crops up after that. But if that's what popped into your imagination, then you are allowing your imagination to be the conduit that allows higher mind to communicate those ideas that, if you take action on, will get you where you're going. Whether that is the immediate manifestational form or not, doesn't matter. It will move you in the correct direction and put you in the proper state of being to attract what you need. And the more passionate you are about it for its own sake, rather than being excited about it because you need something from someone, the more passionate you are about it for its own sake, the more enticing you will make it seem to others who also want to play. You see?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah, it does. I think it also, what you're saying too, is to just let go of the tension around it.
Yes. Because that's only created by definitions you have of that don't serve you and have nothing to do with the idea of your passion. That's why it feels awkward. The awkwardness is telling you that the way you're approaching that aspect of the deal is not representative of your passion. Therefore, find a way that is. Invent a way that is. Yes?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have another question now, too, about what you just began to speak about a moment ago.
Yes.
In fact, a couple of them. I am still having trouble trying to figure out how to understand the idea of history and chronological time.
Yes.
And everything occurring simultaneously. For example,
yes.
One image that keeps coming to mind is, you know, in 16th century England or
yes.
London,
yes.
the costumes looked a particular way.
Yes.
And
they still do in that reality.
But we have the same city in
No,
this
you
year.
don't. No, you don't. That's where you're
city.
getting confused. It's not the same city. It's not the same reality. It's just a different version.
Then what is memory? For those of us,
good question.
If we have memory of what we think of as
memory
past lives,
is
what's
created in the present. Memory does not come from the past. It's created in the present. Memory is simply a cross-linking, a cross-connecting to another reality that you then put into a linear space-time framework for your convenience of continuity. Look at the analogy that we have often used. You are in the film business, so look at the analogy we have often used of the film strip. You know that if you look at the strip of film, one frame at a time, one after another, it's going to appear to be a continuous motion from beginning to end. But if you're the projectionist, you know that you can simply hold the film strip out between your hands and see all the frames at the same time. Just because you might experience the beginning through the projector and the ending through the projector and all the things in sequence when it runs through the projector, when you don't run it through the projector but just hold it in your hands, you can see all the frames at the same time and can look at them in any order you want. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So reality is exactly like that. What you call 16th century London is a frame on a piece of film. What you call 21st century London is a frame somewhere on that film strip. They both exist at the same time. If you look at them through the projector, you will see a historical continuity and a progression. If you just look at them simultaneously, you'll see both of the frames on the strip at the same time. Does that help?
So, in other words, perhaps if you're working from a historical point of view, if you're, say, doing a historical book or film,
then it serves you to look at it as the projector looks at it.
Okay, so it's really a choice of how you choose to look at it.
Yes. It's holographic. Depending upon your point of view will determine exactly how you see it. But all of them are correct. All the points of view are correct. It's just what serves you at any given moment for what you are doing. That's all. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yes, it does.